Why does our mind sometimes whisper that we're not good enough? And where does this insidious voice come from, and why does it hold so much power over us? See, imposter syndrome haunts even the most successful among us, making us feel like frauds in our own lives. What if I told you that this ghost can be tamed? Let me take you back in time. So, when I was in 11th grade, I used to have a teacher that consistently marked me down on all of my tests. And that one time, I got 92% on a test. And he looked me directly in the eyes and he said, "Don't get too excited, you'll never score this on the final exam." I was like, who would say that? It's as if the school had already determined who would get what grade. Now, if you're not familiar with the UK education system, you would have a coursework module, and then you'd have the final exam. No matter how high you scored on that final exam, if you scored low on your coursework, which is graded by your teacher, it will bring your whole grade down. Now, fast forward to results day, when I get my results, I got 95% on that paper. And thanks to this coursework mark, it brought me a whole grade down than I deserved. Let's get one thing straight. No child is ever born thinking that they're not good enough. It is instilled in you by society. Broken homes, insecure parents, egotistical teachers, a suppressive society, all play a part in making you doubt yourself. And it's all by design. This guy, John D. Rockefeller, he said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers." Society has been molded and shaped in order to make sure that you care too much about what other people think and you never reach the top. And on the off chance that you do, imposter syndrome will keep you in check. Statements like, "Well, that's arrogant. That's ambitious, isn't it? Who do you think you are?" All of these statements are designed to keep you boxed. The society that we live in is like a bucket of crabs. As soon as one tries to escape and crawl out, someone else goes up and pulls them back down. And eventually, all of them end up on a dish. There's a Latin saying that comes to mind, memento mori, and it basically says that remember to die. So whenever you try to compare yourself to someone higher on the social ladder or lower on the social ladder or whatever structure that you've invented in your mind, remember that they bleed too. And everyone has their ugly secrets and everyone has skeletons in their closet, which means anyone and everyone can be exploited simply because of the fact that they're not God. Next time you think someone is better than you, or you have some sort of imposter syndrome saying that you're not good enough, remember, they bleed red too. See, some people have got very, very good at hiding their weaknesses, but if you dig a little deeper, you can see how insecure they are. And as soon as you catch them slacking, you can double down and question them on that and call them out. And they will try to prove to you, they will flip the world upside down to prove to you that they're all perfect, nothing was wrong with them, it was all a misunderstanding, and you were the one that's in the wrong. They've coded a whole real world simulation inside their heads, and you just found the glitch. Now, when you understand why people do what they do, you can start pulling on the strings that they didn't even know that they had. Now, this can go either one of two ways. Firstly, they'll start putting you on a pedestal and getting so anxious and trying to prove to you that they're worthy. Secondly, they can keep up the facade. They'll double down on the facade and constantly try to make sure that the image that they've created is the one that's in your head. Either way, you've got them hooked. Now your job is to live happily and act like you've got something on them and carry on with your lives. And they will constantly try to prove to you that they are something that they're not. Now, you've replaced them on the social ladder. Now, in reality, you should only be using this on narcissistic, self-centered individuals that feel like that they're higher than you or better than you or they look down upon you. If you use this on good people, you're the one that loses. Good people are very hard to come by. Treat good people good and bad people bad. The sooner you realize the term good enough is a social construct and it's there to keep you doubting yourself and to keep you below the people who are already at the top, the sooner you realize anything can be achieved. Anything. You want to be something, you can be something. You want to do something, you can do something. The world is in your grasp. You just need to understand the concept of good enough is a fallacy. Just look at every movie you see. The main character is always told that they can't do something. And eventually, by the end of the movie, they end up doing it like significantly better than what they thought they could do. People crave this. People love an underdog. But no one really realizes the life lesson that you can be what you want to be as long as you put in the work and as long as you remain focused on that goal. Now, in order to do this, you've got to be good at something. When you find something you're good at, double down on it. Can you speak well? Double down on it. Can you sing? Can you fight? Can you talk to people and convince people? Are you very good at taking in a lot of information? Double down on it and work hard on it. Now, if you don't really have anything that you're good at, find a flaw inside you, something you're not good at, and then double down on that one. You're automatically invested on becoming good on that anyway, because that's that insecurity is what makes you and drives you to become the best that you can be. It's always the fat, unfit people in high school or in primary school, right, that turn out to be the bodybuilders. It's always the insecure, shy people that become the socially savvy Casanovas. You have an incentive when it comes to a flaw. Double down on it, work on it, and guarantee that you will overtake anyone who is naturally born with that talent. The struggle will mold you, it will change you, it will create you. The essence of imposter syndrome is not feeling like you're good enough. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to prove to the world that they're good enough, when in reality it's not the world's validation that you need, it's your own validation that you need, and you need to prove something to yourself. That voice in your head that tells you that you're not good enough, I challenge you to say, I am good enough. Heck, I challenge you to say, I am the best, and prove it to yourself. Prove it to yourself and make sure that your brain understands that you are the best. This channel is dedicated to self-mastery, and because you're here and you've got into this video this long, it proves that you are serious about your development, is serious about your personal development. So I don't even need to tell you to hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss the wisdom that I'm going to drop here. Believe it or not, constant comparison is not technically a bad thing. You just need to learn to focus it. Think about the movie X-Men. When Cyclops can't control his laser eye ability, he does harm to everybody around him, right? But as soon as he learns to control that, that becomes his superpower. Comparing yourself to others is a good way to keep tabs on your competition. There's nothing more satisfying than outperforming someone that you were intimidated by. You just need to learn to focus that ability and learn to use every feeling and every thought that you have for your own advantage. Process the information and feedback that you get from the outer environment and learn from it. Mistakes is how you grow. This method rewires your entire view on social power, structure, status. Because if I have enough time and information, you can outshine, outcompete anyone. The ego which you get from it is not the achievement here. Rather, it is the knowledge that you can beat anyone whenever you want to. And that hard work beats talent every time when talent doesn't work hard. Now I taught you how to topple people from their position of power or status, I'm going to tell you how to maintain yours. Now, as with every secret weapon, the more you use it, the more people will catch on. Now, so next time someone tries to challenge you or make you feel like that they're superior to you, do this trick. Be heavily invested in them. Give them your time, give them a little bit of extra effort. Break down their walls and break down your walls, and instantly bring your walls back up for a second. Let them break the silence. Let them try to impress you. Surely enough, they will start trying to impress you rather than trying to challenge you. Think about it this way. Does a king talk to everybody? Or does everybody try to talk to the king? You're the king, my friend. To effortlessly pull this off, you've got to start caring a lot less than the other person. And in order to do that, you need to watch this video by here on how to not give a flying. And until next time, I'll Abram out.